Hi guys, compound stacks 3. Now a compound stack is different from a superset. Superset is opposites. Compound stack works the same muscle group. So it's exercises that are related. They work one muscle group. Here we're going to take a look at upper body pulling movements. So a rear delt row and a bent over row are related. Put them together, they can be a compound set. Now just to remind you, as a beginner, you don't want to stack them. You want to work each exercise individually and get real strong on each one. After 6 months, maybe a year, then you start stacking. Let's take a look. So a lot of these are in a bent over position. You want to have your feet about hip width. Okay, you want to have your knees slightly bent. You want to have a neutral spine. You don't want to be rounded. You want your back straight in the bent over position. You don't want to be rounded. So think of a slight arch. Your neck and your spine should be in line. So you don't want to look up. You want to be right here. Okay, so first one is going to be a bent over row. Let's take a look at that. A couple of different hand positions. If you want to work a little bit more biceps along with your back, you'll be doing it like this. Okay? If you pull high, you'll squeeze the biceps more and get a lot of arm action. If you pull real low, you'll get arm action, but you'll get a lot of back action too. So just to demonstrate, pulling a little higher, almost under the armpit, really gets a squeeze on those biceps. You really work the arms. A little lower, perhaps less so on the arms and more on the back. You want to go for the squeeze if you can. Okay, the other options are, you can do it like this, with the arms, palms facing each other. There you get the brachialis, which is underneath the biceps brachii, and you get the brachioradialis, which is the muscle right over here, crosses the elbow. And the other options are, if you're not that flexible on the hamstring, you might not be able to bend over as much. That's okay. Okay. Now you can go further and do a body fold row. This is only for the very flexible. Okay, so it looks like this. You're coming all the way over and you're rowing up. I prefer, so it looks like this together. I actually don't like to do this double. I prefer it single. You can get a support like this, and row like this. You can even hold on the foot. You can even have a chair. You can put your forearm on an object. This is a little bit rickety, but you can get a table or a box. But the idea is that it's a lat pull down. You're pulling, except it's the same. It's pulling from the top, but upside down. The other options for pulling in a bent over position, rear delt row. So elbows come out to the side. This works rear delt and across the top of the back. Looks like this. And you can use an even lighter weight. And same movement, except it's a rear delt fly. I like to have my pinky facing up. It's just more comfortable on the shoulder. There's some other movements. You've got the shrug, just coming up and down. And you've got shrug angles. You've got what I call the behind the back row, or the rear row, coming up. Elbows first, shrug. Elbows first, shrug. Elbows first, shrug. Or you can just come down and bend over slightly. Don't be rounded. Slight arch in the back, and then shrug. Even more, shrug. So you're really hitting the back. Variations on the shrug. You can also do a twisted row. Okay, those of you that have back issues, the twist row you want to leave for a while, because twisting while bent over, a little iffy. So it looks like this. Coming up and a twist. Okay, don't move this way. Okay, it's a twist. You're just a spindle. Okay? So with that, we also need to take a look at the pullover. So a couple of variations of this exercise. This exercise, as Dorian Yates said, is, in his opinion, the only pure lat exercise. The latissimus dorsi muscles that are in the back. Okay, you want to get it in the webbing. Okay, careful of your face. Okay, you want to get it in the webbing. Okay, and I like to actually lift my head up so I get neck muscles and abs. You don't have to though, you can put your head down, but I like to have it up. It comes back. Okay, your arms are straight with a slight bend in the elbows, and I like my elbows facing towards my feet. In other words, not out. Here, coming back, get the stretch, coming up. Power on the up. Fast on the up. Now, you'll see some people hold it like this. I'm not crazy about this because it seems maybe it can roll out. But there might be some other options here. That feels more like a single arm row, so you then switch the hands, have one secure and the other one on top. There's more on this arm. The arm that's actually holding gets more than the support arm. Okay. Other pulling exercises, there's a plank variation of that, which is out here. So I'm not in a push-up position, I'm out here with my elbows facing down and I'm getting it in the lat. I like to do 10 seconds or 15-second hold. You want to feel it in the lat, right here. Once again, that is not a beginner's exercise. Advanced. Other pulling exercises for the upper body. You've got the high pull. High pull is a power exercise. Strength displayed quickly. You can do it like this. I'm not using the ankle. There's no calf raise. I'm just using the hip and the back. Now watch, I'll use the calf. It's called triple extension. You triple extension, 1, 2, 3. Hip, knee, ankle. And now I'll use a real triple extension. Alright. And we've got the clean. Another power movement. Strength speed. Boom. Bah. So you use the legs because your knees are bent. Use the quads, the glutes. Use the catapult, the back, and the hips are getting you back. You're pulling with the back and the arms, the biceps. Biceps with the brachialis and the brachioradialis and the forearm muscles. Now you can put it all together and you can do a compound stack. So let's say you did bent over rows for 8 reps. Then you go to a lighter weight and do the rear delt, for example. And then maybe you want to do a pullover. So you take your weight right here and you go straight into 8 pullovers. Other examples are you could do the clean, 8 reps, and then maybe go into rear delt. Multi-joint movements, the clean, the row, the high pull, typically come first, and smaller movements, like the rear delt, come last. Lighter weight. They're the finishing movements. They're finishing exercises. So you go more for the feel, just a little bit of a burn. You're not using big weights on those single joint exercises. Multi-joint movements, you're using more weight. So have some fun. Happy training, guys.